Right guys, so I'm holding my phone in my hand this morning. We are on the other side, well, I say on the other side of COVID, post-COVID lockdown here in the UK. It's my first day back at work. So I'm in my office at the minute, which looks a little bit clinical is the best way to describe it, clinical. But today I decided I'm going to exercise some courage. Yes, that's the right word, courage. Not because of COVID, not because of being back at work or anything like that, but I have decided with the new iPad, the iPad Pro, with the Magic Keyboard, the one that you saw in my other videos, to make that my main device to use at work. So I've left my MacBook Pro at home. That's where the courage comes in. I want to see if for this first week back, I can survive all day, every day with just my iPad, editing documents, doing emails, creating documents, getting them sent on, getting into my OneDrive to access documents, edit live, send back to people, generally all that crazy stuff that I normally do on my MacBook Pro. Also, being able to get into my, well, I do quite a lot of data work on Excel. So am I going to be able to survive doing all that sort of stuff? And on top of that, still teach from my iPad, normal lessons all day and so on. Is this one device going to literally see me through every day? So far, I'm loving it because my bag is super light. I don't have all of that heavy stuff. Oh, here it is. So rucksack is pretty light. And as I said, all I have is just this bad boy and nothing else. So is it gonna see me through the day is the big question. I'll try and make a few short videos throughout the day, put it all together, and I'll let you know. So this is my new life as a teacher. I start my day, I move around the corridor with a mask on my face. This is now required in schools. Anyway, let's get back to talking about the iPad Pro. When I really do think about it, and I whittle it down, and I think about why I bring a laptop into school, I basically only use as a teacher, my responsibilities are mainly teach a lesson, answer emails, mark a register, and I might have a few documents that I will need to edit throughout the day, whether that be on Excel or Word documents and things like that. Other than that, I reserve planning lessons for when I'm home. So I'm in my classroom now. Obviously, it's very quiet because the kids are not here. I can't film when the kids are here. I'm going to pick my phone up in a little bit and just do a quick demo as to some of the things that I have to get up to while I am at work. So no time for the demo. So as you can see, I'm sat in front of my iPad Pro. That's my projector screen over there. It's an app controlled by an Apple TV. So what I do, this is how my day actually goes. I go onto there, do a bit of screen mirroring, jump onto the actual screen, and there I am on the screen. And then from here, I fire up my PowerPoint, and you can see from my my iPad screen, I have got like all my slides there, so I know what I'm going through. And on the screen, I just have that. I get my Apple Pencil, and whatever it is I am doing, as I am writing it here, it is also showing up on the screen there. It is a press and hold to get a laser pointer if I want to focus the eyes of my students on somewhere, and you can see there it is. If I pan out a little bit, you can see that's me moving the laser pointer there. Other things that I can do would be along the lines of, and this is why I love this iPad, is let's say I get an email that I need to deal with. I don't even have to come off the screen. There's so many things I can do. It's a general swipe up from the bottom. I can then pull out my any email. I'm just not going to use my work email. I'm just going to use any email. So I can pull that out there like so. and you can see I can actually get access to my emails and respond to them. But the trick is, on the screen over there, the kids are not seeing my email, okay? You can even do it as a split screen if you wanted to. So there's my split screen where I can operate on my emails and still have access to just the PowerPoint on the screen over there. And just the same way, I can then carry on editing this, and you can see that I've been editing it over there. All right, so those are some of the things. Now, what else do I do as a teacher? Well, okay, so let's get rid of that. Other things that I do as a teacher would be like marking my register. And to mark my register, we use OneNote. So I've got, sorry, not OneNote, we've got EduLink. So I'm just going to come out of this. Now, bearing in mind, while I'm doing this, I can just freeze the screen up in front there. And if I freeze the screen, I can then come completely out of the PowerPoint and do other things that I need to do. I'll demo that now. So here I've got my trusty remote, and so there's my freeze button, freeze the screen. The kids are still working. I can then completely come out of that and then go into other things. So for example, there is my EduLink there. I don't know if your school uses EduLink. You might be using Sims or something like that. But I can go onto EduLink and I can then have access to marking my register while the students get settled. I can go and do that, okay? So that's one of the other things that you can do with it. Other things that I have to do as a teacher would be things like what I've already mentioned, answering emails and stuff, would be to assess the kids' work. So we live in a very bold and brave and dodgy world of COVID now. So now I set most of the kids' work on OneNote. And that's really easy to sort out because with this OneNote, I just literally prepare my lesson during the week. So you can see basically I've got all my lessons there. And all I need to do is send the lesson off to the students. And to do that is just a matter of go into Class Notebook, distribute that particular page, distribute page, and then the class is going to come up just on the side over there. I say I want it to go to class notes. And once I hit distribute, every student is going to now get that worksheet or this particular work that we're doing. So this is going to be like whatever my PowerPoint is, I can just upload the PowerPoint straight onto OneNote and then away we go. There's one problem that brings me back to my computer though, and that's this. So as you can see, when you look at my works, cancel that. When you look at my work, let's go on to one of their bits of homework that they've got. You can see that I have put an exam paper here. So this is the homework they're going to do this week, and I've already distributed this to them. The problem is though, if I try to attach a file onto here using my iPad, the problem that I have is that the iPad only gives it to me in this format. Okay, so all I will have is just a little thumbnail that they need to then click onto, and it opens in a separate app. If you want to avoid that, you need to do it on a laptop. And if you do it on a laptop and you attach the file, the laptop will ask you if you want it as a printout. So I had to do this on a laptop to get it as a printout. So that's a little bit of a drawback there for me, which is a little bit problematic. But when it's time for me to mark the kids' work, I just need to go review students' work, and then it'll ask me what it is that I want to review. So I said it's in class note, and then I click next. And then it will ask me, what do I want to review? Well, I want to review the work I've just been doing on translating graphs. And once I click next, all the kids' names will show up, and then I will be able to mark all of their work straight away there. So let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. And click next. Yeah, so I'll just blur out the names. And then I can click the names, and here I can actually assess their work. So this particular student have done their work on their books, and then they uploaded the picture on here, and I will mark this. And they will see me marking this live on their iPads. Okay, so that's another thing that we do, that I have to do as a teacher. So I've come back out to my home screen on my iPad. Other things that I have to do, obviously I attend meetings, and in my meetings I have to take notes. So I have two different apps I use depending on, I don't know how I'm feeling. I need to pick one really and stick to one. But one of the first apps that I use is this app down here called Notability. So I might use Notability to take my notes. So let's just get rid of that for now. Some of the other things I use Notability for would be like to solve exam papers. So I just literally upload the paper onto here and I will go through solving the paper. And once I'm finished solving the paper, I can then send it out as a PDF to the kids. So that's one way. As you can see, I've got various folders here and I just literally take handwritten notes on here. The other place I can take notes for my meetings is obviously using the Notes app that Apple provides. You know how that works. Get your pen out and just start writing in it. So I don't need to get that up. And that's another way that I use my iPad when I am at work. Yeah, so working from at work, I had to hold my phone in my hand while I did all the filming. So I hope I didn't make anyone a little bit ill watching that. But in the world that we live now, you know, I don't want to have to touch a student's book. And I'm fortunate enough to be working in a school where all the students have an iPad in their hands. And that's because that's something supplied to them by the school and they pay a small fee towards it. I know many of the schools don't really have that as an option. So I don't know how you deal with your issues. But the reason why I'm showing you all this about my iPad Pro is because today is Wednesday and it's my third day back at school without my laptop. The laptop is at home. It is, what time is it now? 11:30. So I'm nearly halfway through the day and I've got 76% of battery life left. And I've been doing all the things I've just told you. I've been taking notes today. I've been teaching lessons. I've got more lessons to teach before the end of the day. I've also been answering emails, editing documents, and so on. So it's been a properly busy day. You can actually use the iPad like you do use a normal computer, which is that it does have like iPad storage, or you can use iCloud. I use iCloud, I use OneDrive, I use Google Drive, and you can edit files directly in there. And it automatically updates that particular file. You can do save as on your files as well. So all these things that you normally do on a laptop, you can pretty much do on the iPad. I'm really loving it because now my bag, when I come to work, my bag is super light because the only thing I bring is my teacher planner where I take notes of everything. Oh, that bell means that my next lesson is about to start. So that's my teacher planner and my iPad and my lunch, and that's it. You know, so I'm really loving my iPad Pro. If you're a teacher and you're using an iPad Pro or want to use an iPad Pro, feel free to leave me messages in the comments. I'm happy to send you responses on different things that I do, and I'll try and make more videos as I go along. Unfortunately, having to do it at work to give you a live demo is a little bit dodgy. I don't even have my tripod to put my phone on to give you a steady picture. So I'm really sorry about that. But as you know, as I normally say in my videos, I'm just a normal guy with a normal 9-to-5 job. 9 to 5, they say, because you know, as a teacher, your job is never done. You often do a lot of work at home, but normal guy with a normal job, not a lot of money, not a lot of fancy editing of videos. I'm filming this on my iPhone XS Max, and it's doing a pretty good job. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it will encourage you to, you know, have some courage. You know, if you've got an iPad Pro and you've got a pencil or any stylus for that matter, and you want to revolutionize your teaching, this would be a great way because you can get between the students, walk between them, see how they're doing. You're not chained to the front of the classroom. All right, then, my kids are coming. I'll see you next time.